This is Mike Trueblood, sports editor of the Galesburg Register-Mail, and we're here with our final video talk of the season with Galesburg head football coach Tim Dougherty. The Silver Streaks finished the season last week over at Peoria with a hard-fought loss, and finished the season 3-6 and didn't make a repeat trip to the playoffs. Coach, we've talked before, and I said, the past several years, one of the good things about your program is the playoffs are always in the conversation every year. And again, came down to the last couple of weeks before that issue was decided. So in that regard, I guess you got to feel pretty good about how your kids played this year.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said to the team after that game, our last 3 or 4 games, the light came on, and we were, I thought, a different team, and the inexperience became experience and more confidence, and a play here and there. I mean, could have very easily been 6-3, and I really also do think that these kids overachieved as a class. They really haven't had a lot of success. They did last year, watching those seniors, but so I think all in all, I was very proud of where they ended.
Well, except for a couple of key plays, last Friday's game was very similar to the one last year, where you upset Peoria here in the final game of the regular season. I think I asked you this after the game, but you have Peoria's number, it seems like, with being able to defend them pretty well and being able to know what they're doing offensively. What's behind that success you have with Peoria?
Well, you got to get the players to buy into the scheme, and on both sides of the ball, for that matter. I mean, maybe it's playing late in the season. Our guys are confident. We just feel offensively we got to keep the ball away from them, and we've been able to do that the last 2 years on some amazing drives. And we've been able to get the ball away from them on some turnovers by playing fast on defense. And then, surprisingly, to other teams, but we've been able to defend them pretty well. And part of it is we do very similar things, and I know what I don't like. So I try to make that as uncomfortable with them. And again, the kids have to buy into it, and they have the last 2 years.
Season, like every season, had some highs, had some lows. When you look back, what do you think you're going to remember about this season 10 years from now? I mean, is something going to stick out in your mind?
These kids really came to practice every day with a lot of energy. They got better every week. We left some games on the field, but anytime you're not a dominant team like we were last year, you're always going to have those 3, 4, 5 plays that decide a game. And so I think, these kids really, all in all, when you step back from it, the emotion's gone. And I really do think they achieved about what they're capable of. It doesn't sound right, and I'll be the first to be upset about a loss, but, I think that they really did achieve a lot.
What does the future look like with the younger kids you got coming up?
Well, our sophomore group was about 500. Our freshman group was about 500. We got a great 8th grade class coming in. Junior class is a little thin. A lot of those kids did play. There's not many. So, we'll probably be a year in transition, and then I think the future after that looks pretty good. Numbers are good. Junior class a little thin. It always has been, back to 8th grade. And I'm very pleased with the middle school numbers. JFL numbers are good, so you talk to coaches around the state, and they're fighting the number thing, and that's not the case here, and that's a good thing.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure, and we hope that we'll be back with you next year doing this again.
It's always a pleasure, Mike.
Sure.
Thank you.